How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video, and boy, I hate it when you come out in the spring and you go to start your tractor and it won't start. So the old Kubota BX 1500 needs a battery, and one of the terminals need to be changed, and I'm going to bring you guys along and show you how I changed the battery terminal and show you how to put the battery in this thing. So pretty easy steps here, but changing in battery terminals sometimes can be a little tricky because they get pretty dirty and corroded. But I'm going to show you how I clean mine. So come on, let's see how this goes. Okay, as you can see, we have our new battery right here. This is an EverStart battery, and then we picked up a couple terminals. Now, after re-inspecting my terminals, I only need one of these. So we're going to be only changing one of these on video. But you'll get the idea and know how to change your own terminals when it comes time you need to change them. Now on the BX 1500, the battery is up under the steering wheel, up under this case here. It's just a little shroud that goes around that, but you'll get to see me put that on. We already have the new battery. Like I said, I removed the old one, and we're going to go ahead. I think this terminal here, this is our hot terminal. And this terminal here is the worst one. If you look, you can see all the corrosion in that wire. It's hard to tell what's inside here. So we're going to go ahead and remove this piece and put a new one on here. Now we are in the tractor shed, so we don't have a whole lot of room, but I'm going to show you here. You just need a really good size set of snippers, and you're going to come right in on the base of this thing and cut it as close to that connection as you can. Go ahead and snap that off. Now here is our badly corroded wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip this back about 3/4 of an inch. We don't want to cut them too short because we got to make sure they reach. So we're just going to take a carpenter knife and just roll it around this guy. Get it cleaned up here a little bit. Like I said, I'm not in a very good area here because I don't have a lot of room to work. Very hard to work up underneath here. Alright, now we're down to our wire, but you can see all the corrosion in this thing. Look at all the corrosion in here. It's really bad, so we're going to get this cleaned up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little wire brush and we're going to clean this out as best we can with this wire brush, just to try to get all that corrosion out of there. Yeah, just brush it with that wire brush. Clean it up as best we can. Now I have some spray here. This is battery cleaner. This is battery cleaner. This is going to clean this up and take all that corrosion off of there. So we're going to spray that a little bit. And as you can see, I'm using rubber gloves, which normally Kevin hardly ever uses rubber gloves. But we're going to use it for this. Then we're going to clean that up a little more. And as you can see, it took all that corrosion off of there. And I've decided I'm just going to go ahead and do both terminals while we got it tore down. And then after that, we're just going to take a little bit of water. I'm going to kind of just rinse these off a little bit to get rid of that stuff. And that's a good clean terminal right there. Take a rag, wipe that down. Pretty simple. So now we have a good clean terminal. We're going to take, that's going to be our hot terminal. So we're going to take our new terminal, which these are really nice because they're color coded. I like that. And all we have to do is slide it underneath
right up inside this hole between the two bolts. Going to slide it right up inside there like that. Then we're going to take our wrench and tighten this down. So after sliding that up in there, we'll go ahead and snug these bolts up, and this terminal will be finished. It's not really that hard to do. It's probably easier to do on your car than it is for me to do it on this tractor, because I'm sitting right above the steering wheel trying to reach under it, plus videotape, so I can get this on video. So all we want to do is make sure we tighten these up good and tight. Okay, so now instead of having this old thing on there, which was probably never going to tighten again, we have something we're able to tighten, get on and off pretty easily. So we're going to go ahead and take the other one. Now you do have to be careful you don't cut these too short, but we're cutting them right up against the nub, cutting them right off. Get our carpenter knife. See, this one don't have a bunch of corrosion on it. There's not a lot of corrosion on it, so we don't have a lot to do to this one. We'll go ahead and strip this down a little bit. Not bad. Looks actually pretty good. We're not going to mess with it. Maybe we'll take the wire brush over a little bit. Just kind of clean it up a little bit. Now we'll take our other terminal. We're going to do the same thing. Going to loosen our bolts a little bit. Loosen these bolts up a little bit so that guy could fit right up inside there. Just like so. Now we'll go ahead and take our wrench and we'll tighten these ends up. Okay, now we have both new terminals, and one is black for your ground and one is red for your hot. Pretty cool. Let's get our battery in. Okay, when you get your new battery, it has two plastic covers, one over the hot and one over the negative. What you want to do is leave these on here until you get your battery into place where you're going to put your terminals on. So we're going to go ahead and move our battery up into position here, because up in here is where our battery goes. And what's nice about these little plastic covers is if you bump this on something, you don't create a spark. And these guys will spark. There's a lot of juice in there. There's 12 volts inside there. So go ahead and put your battery terminal on. Once we got our terminal on there, we're going to go ahead and start to tighten this side up. This is the hot side. Now, the reason why we put the hot one on first is because we're using a metal wrench. If I was to touch something metal and then touch that at the same time and the ground was hooked up, then it would spark. So you want to hook your hot terminal up first. And go ahead and snug it down. Okay, I think we're pretty tight on there. Now, if yours has a protective cover, do your best to get the protective cover back on that terminal. If you can, put those protective covers back on. That prevents you, when we're putting the ground on, from going over there and touching that hot terminal. We don't want to touch that hot one with this wrench, so that protective cover is going to work great for us. So now we'll take off our little protective cover on our ground, and we're going to slide our cable across here and go ahead and tighten up your terminal on this side. Okay, you don't have to over tighten these, just snug them up just so they're not moving on there. We're in good shape. Now, if your machine has something like this, which holds that battery into place. Don't forget, put it on there. Don't leave this part out. A lot of people want to leave it out, and that's not a good thing, because if this battery comes loose and starts flopping around, and then this terminal hits a piece of the ground, then guess what? You're going to have a fire. You'll burn up your lawnmower or your car. So go ahead and put these pieces on also. Sometimes they're a little booger to get in there, but you'll get it. I have faith in you guys. And then go ahead and tighten it up. Alright, make sure you shake it. Make sure it's good and tight in there. Now we successfully changed both of our battery terminals and added a new battery to our tractor. Hopefully this guy will start. So we're going to go ahead and put the front back on. On this BX 1500, pretty easy to do. You have a big plate that covers up the whole entire piece here. Just got to make sure it goes in its slots. A couple here, a couple on this side. Let's see. All right, we're in place right there. We're good to go. Slide that up in there. Now we'll see if this thing will start. Okay, time to see if this thing will start. We'll light up the glow plugs a little bit. Well, you don't know how good that makes me feel knowing that the tractor is up and running again and ready for this year's grass season. I'm sure if you just take your time, you can do everything I did yourself. You don't have to hire somebody to do this. Just take them simple little steps. You can change your own battery terminals, whether it be on your tractor or on your car, either one. Battery terminal is a battery terminal. So I would like to tell everyone, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Till next time.